In this hadith, the Prophet ﷺ, to summarize, he says that beware that I have been given the book, i.e. the Quran, وَمِثْلَهُ مَعَهُ, and something similar to it, i.e. the Sunnah. So something similar to the Quran. Just like the Quran is a revelation, likewise the Sunnah is a revelation. So the Prophet ﷺ, he says, أَلَا إِنِّي أُتِيتُ الْكِتَابَ وَمِثْلَهُ مَعَهُ, that verily beware, I've been given the book and something similar to it. And then the Prophet ﷺ, he carries on to say, أَلَا يُشِكُ رَجُلٌ شَبَعًا عَلَى أَرِيكَتِهِ, that a time will come when a man is shaba'an, a man is, he's full, he's eaten and he's full and he's relaxed. عَلَى أَرِيكَتِهِ, on his couch. He sat on his couch relaxing, and he will say, keep to the Quran. What you find in it to be permissible, treat it as permissible. And what you find in it to be prohibited, treat it as prohibited. And then the person, he carries on. So this hadith, we learn two things. The first is the beginning of the hadith, which is the point that we're trying to make, that the Sunnah is like the Quran, meaning both of them are revelation, and both of them are something that you have to follow. And then the second part of the hadith, where the Prophet says that there will be a time where a man is replete, meaning he's full, and he's sitting on his couch, and he will say, keep to the Quran. What you find in it as permissible, treat it as permissible, and when you find in the Quran to be prohibited, then treat it as prohibited. Meaning, in other words, he's saying that just look at the Quran, don't worry about the Sunnah. The Sunnah says something else, or it's explaining it as something else, just look at the Quran. So the second point that we learn from this hadith is that this is a sign of the prophethood of the Prophet ﷺ. That this is a prophecy that he has made, which is that a time will come where people will reject the Sunnah. The time will come where people reject the Sunnah, and now we know in our times now there are some people that reject the Sunnah totally say we don't need the Sunnah at all, we just need the Quran. And then there are others that partially, some parts of the Sunnah they reject and so on, which we will talk about later on in this course.